Hi, my dear students. I came up with a new video today, and this time we discuss about the Beckman rearrangement now. And this is one of the important reactions for NEET and JEE exams. So let us see that Beckman rearrangement. And before going to that, I have a request. So please subscribe the channel so that I can give you more of videos which are helpful for your preparation. And also, I request the students to ask your doubts in comment section so that I can make some videos on the uh, doubts or the concepts what you require. So this is a channel only meant to help the students in your preparations. So I want to clear your doubts and give you the best concepts possible for the preparations. So let's start with the Beckman rearrangement. And in this Beckman rearrangement, what we are doing is we'll take an oxime. So that oxime will be converting into an amide. And what is this oxime? Oxime basically contains C double bond N OH. And this will be produced from a carbonyl compound when it is reacting with hydroxylamine. So carbonyl compound plus hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine means NH2OH. So this oxime now it will convert into C double bond O NH. Okay. So if I take a ketoxime oxime here, let us say R and R dash I have. So that is called ketoxime oxime because it is coming from a ketone. So this ketoxime oxime will convert into N substituted. That means here on this nitrogen, one of the alkyl groups will be shifted, and that is N substituted amide will be coming. Alkyl substituted amide. So in this conversion, this particular rearrangement, we call it as Beckman rearrangement. And what are the conditions required? With which reagent this reaction will come? When oxime is reacting with acids like concentrated sulfuric acid or HCl concentrated, or in gaseous state we have to take. So we have to maintain some drastic conditions like a temperature, higher temperatures we have to maintain. Then this reaction will come, Beckman rearrangement. So let us see how this rearrangement will happen and what is the mechanism of it. So initially we have a ketoxime which is reacting with acid. So acid means we know that is giving H plus ions anytime. And what is the nature of H plus ion? H plus ions always looks at a lone pairs. So it lost the lone pairs. So H plus ion wants to get the lone pairs, and that lone pair is available with OH. So this OH will donate its lone pair, and now it leads to the removal of water molecule. So let us see what is happening now. So here R and R dash and double bond N, and this OH now attached with H plus ion. So oxygen gets the positive charge. So it leads to the removal of water molecule. So this water molecule comes out of it. So when the water molecule is coming out, what happens? Nitrogen gets the positive charge because that oxygen taking the sigma bond with it. So I get a positive charge on nitrogen now. Here I got positive. And now what happens is nitrogen is also highly electronegative element. It cannot hold the positive charge for longer time. So that's why one of this alkyl group will migrate towards nitrogen here. So if that alkyl group is shifted towards nitrogen, then carbon gets the positive. So here carbon getting the positive and that nitrogen attached with this R dash. Now there is a water molecule already there. In the previous step, only water molecule came out. So that water molecule will attach with carbon here. So here it attacks. So now after attaching the water molecule, what happens? Again, oxygen getting the positive charge. So what it will do, it will lose the H plus ion so that we get C attached with OH, carbon attached with OH. So now it will lose the H plus ion. Here H plus ion will be lost. Oxygen having the positive, that's why. So minus H plus ion I can write. After losing the H plus ion, we are getting OH on carbon, and here double bond was there, and here R dash on nitrogen. And this is enol. We know whenever there is enol, it will go for tautomerism. So now tautomerism will do. So here we do the tautomerism here. So in tautomerism, what happens? That hydrogen will move towards the alpha position. So there nitrogen we have, and that pi bond will shift towards the oxygen. So that means here this pi bond coming here, and this hydrogen will move towards nitrogen. So now I get R, here C double bond O, and here I get nitrogen with hydrogen. This is R dash. And this is what the final product is. This is alkyl substituted amide. Okay. So final product you got, and now you might have a doubt. So what is the doubt? Which alkyl group I have to move? I have two different alkyl groups, R and R dash. So which alkyl group I have to move? For that also we have a small rule. Simple rule is there. So what is that rule means? In hydroxylamine, so now if you write hydroxylamine, you can write geometrical isomerism with a hydroxylamine. I hope you know that. So the group which is an antiposition to OH, okay, the alkyl group which is an antiposition to OH, that will migrate. So that means now OH is this side and antiposition means this is the alkyl group. So when this is going for the rearrangement, then we get RC double bond N and that R dash. So that R dash will be moving. So here OH will come and here R dash will come, and which undergoes tautomerism now. So to give us the final product. So the final product is RC double bond O and here NH R dash. Okay. So the point what I have to remember is the alkyl group which is in anti position to OH in oxime, that will be migrating towards the nitrogen. So that is the point you have to remember here. Okay. So I'll give you a small simple example so that you can easily understand it. So one more example I take. So this time I'm going with the phenyl group here, and other group is methyl group I'll take, and this is C double bond N, and here I have OH group this side. So that means now I have phenyl group in anti position this side. So phenyl group should be migrated. So after rearrangement, now what is the amide I get is methyl will be here only. So here C double bond O, and here I get a phenyl group attached to this. So this will be the final product, right? So this is Beckman rearrangement. I hope you got all the points related to this. So hope it will help you out. And one more time, I'm requesting you. So please subscribe the channel so that I can help you with your doubts and concepts. Thank you.